After 5 months of silence and shame, Fatma's family has been torn apart. One day, 2 men, a relative of the family and his neighbor, took her 11-year-old son from his home in Gaza to an empty house. There, they undressed him and sexually abused him.
There was a computer, and they made him watch explicit sexual images of naked men and women. He told me that they tied him up.
Fatma is not her real name. Because of the stigma attached to sexual violence in Gaza, she asked for her identity to be concealed. She is one of the rare Palestinian mothers who dares to speak out about a phenomenon which rights groups say they are seeing more often. Her son's abusers were arrested, but only one remains in jail. This Gazan woman, who also asked to remain anonymous, says her son was abused as he came home from school.
His bus was very late. He was waiting on the side of the road. Then a man crossed over and said, "Come here." He brought him to a hidden place with no one in sight and abused him sexually.
According to a study by a local research center, 693 children have been sexually abused in the Palestinian territories over the past 2 years. 75% of them knew their attackers, but families don't report them to the authorities for fear of causing a scandal.
Of the 670 families that came to us over the past 2 years to report a case of abuse, only 22 asked for a legal intervention to protect their children. And most of these 22 families actually went back on that decision. So the centre only took 6 or 7 cases to court in the space of 2 years.
In Gaza, child rape is punishable by the death penalty. But little is done to help victims rebuild their life in a territory shattered by 3 wars in the past decade and where 1 out of 2 residents is under 18.